Welcome to Catholic Messenger Conversations podcast. I am Barb Arlen Fye, your host. My guests are Trevor and Jescie Pullinger. Trevor is the coordinator of catechesis and adult lay formation for the Diocese of Davenport. He and Jessie are parents of 6 children, ages 2 months to 12 years? Mm-hmm. Amazing. Okay, our conversation focuses on celebrating the season of Advent and preparing for Christmas in a spiritually enriching way that helps us to anticipate our remembrance of the birth of Christ, His presence in our lives now, and looking forward to the promise of His second coming. So, I wanted to ask you guys, how do you explain the meaning of Advent to those kids?
Oh, man. It's real easy. It's just say it's a mystery.
Oh, that'd be cool.
No, so the beauty of it is there is a little depth and complexity to it, but I think in large part children really do well by acting things out. And kind of learning that way, so a lot of the things that we do are like observing feast days, doing certain activities as well as prayer. So there's many things that we do to kind of unfold kind of the mystery a little bit.
Oh, that's cool. Anything you want to add about that?
Well, and I think really this year, with our big move to Davenport and getting ready for the baby, that we had almost 2 weeks to get ready for the baby, put the crib up, the diaper changing, getting all the clothes gathered up, that they really saw the preparations for a new baby, and that will go into, how did Mary and Joseph prepare for the baby with not knowing when Jesus would come and where they would be. And it was kind of us this year that we didn't know when baby Elowen would come and where we would be, which house we would be in. And so I really think that the older two explaining it this way this year will really have a dramatic effect on this.
So you could do like a Christmas pageant and Elowen could be baby Jesus.
Yeah, actually
Are you going to do that? You said you act things out.
One of the things, the kids, we went to St. Paul's Advent family night last night, and one of the things that our oldest daughter Emma did, she's 11, she requested that we act out on Christmas Eve the nativity so that Elowen would understand what Christmas is, since she's never had a Christmas.
Oh, Elowen will really get it, won't she?
And Elowen is actually invited to be baby Jesus in St. Paul's school.
Oh my gosh! So Elowen is already a star, a rising
she is,
star.
Yes.
So.
2
months. Man, you're going to have to take lots of pictures and make sure Elowen has that in her baby book and everything,
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. So what Advent traditions have you nurtured in your family? I suppose they keep adding up, don't they?
Yeah, for sure.
Tell us about a couple of them.
One of them, which is probably the easiest, and people are more familiar with it, is we definitely celebrate the coming of St. Nicholas.
Oh, my questions. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's the big one, and we have fun taking pictures of it because it's fun to line everybody's shoes up underneath the tree. So, of course.
That's great.
As they've grown 2 by 2, every year.
So do they get really excited about that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
St. Nick's?
They find their fanciest shoes to put down.
Oh, my God.
Or sometimes the bigger boots so that the more candy and stuff is
so
filled.
Do you fill the boots with candy?
So we do nuts and berries and oranges, and then we also do candy gold coins. Those are the big hit.
Yeah,
gold coins. Their favorite treat or candy, and then we also we alternate every other year, either hats, gloves, socks. So what's most needed.
So do you do a little bit of both then, candy and because I'd want M&Ms in my my shoes for sure. Like individual bags of M&Ms would be good.
Yeah,
basically leftover Halloween candy.
So what do you put in Elowen's shoes? Does she have any shoes yet?
She will. She'll have booties or socks. Yeah, she has a pair of little booties.
She's going to get kind of ripped off in a way.
Oh, yeah. She'll be included.
Formula.
Everybody's included.
Oh, okay.
She'll get her gold coins. Now, other people eat it, but
the thought that counts,
yes,
right?
she still gets everything.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of interrupted you. So what do you tell the story of Saint Nicholas, or how did?
Yeah,
what do you do?
we do a little bit of I guess a PG version of the story a little bit because the story is a little interesting.
Yeah.
But at any rate, and so we share a story and then we get ready. One of the things I missed is obviously we set up our Advent our wreath, our Advent wreath, so to speak, and so that's always a big to do as well.
Oh, okay.
And so we do that first, and then we kind of get our tree set up, but it's just a tree.
Or just a tree, no decorations or anything on it at that point.
And then we kind of get our shoes ready for St. Nicholas.
Oh, and so you line them up under the tree. So
Yeah.
where do you put your Advent wreath then? Is that?
Well, we're gonna have to figure it out this year, but but usually it's nearby.
Okay. And then do you let the kids light the candles, or
Oh,
how
yeah.
does that work? And do you do like a prayer or anything like
Oh
that?
yeah,
with it?
we do. So we kind of do. It depends on how things are going that day.
Yeah, I imagine.
Family life is messy, and that's what makes it beautiful. But we do usually some kind of version of Vespers.
Oh, cool.
On
So night
Sunday
prayer, or evening
evenings.
prayer,
Yeah,
or
evening
night prayer?
prayer. Yeah. So we do some version of evening prayer, and so obviously we definitely do the reading. We try to do a psalm.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely take intentions, and then we usually have a special prayer for Advent, and someone lights the candle, and everyone, of course, fights over who's gonna
light the candle. Oh
and
my
who's
gosh!
gonna blow it out.
Oh, you can do that. You got 6 kids now, and you only have 4
know.
candles. So how do you have to draw straws or what?
Yeah, we'll have to navigate that one. Obviously, Elowen, I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, so you got, wow. Wait, so for the St. Nick's thing then, do they get their shoes overnight then, or what? I mean, when do they get to
So
look at their
it's
shoes?
it's the night before.
Okay, so on the 5th, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the 5th. And then
And on the 6th, they actually get
6th,
the treats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do they? Are there any other traditions beside that? I mean, that you with Saint Nicholas, or is that pretty much?
Well, with St. Nicholas, we do modernize it.
Well, not modernized, but it's common that the new thing is the elf on the shelf.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And so visits many families, of course, and we're no different because a lot of their little friends talk about the elf on the shelf, and when's he coming to our house? So of course the elf comes with Saint Nicholas to kind of take stock of what's going on in the Pullinger home and see how everyone's doing.
Okay, so does the elf make sure that everyone's behaving?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. And so it's kind of a way to kind of Christianize a little bit, some of it. So it's kind of funny, but we have fun with it and do what we can.
Oh, that's great. So what other traditions am I missing? Do you do like a St. Lucy one, or Our Lady of Guadalupe?
One of them that we're going to be trying this year is St. Andrew Christmas Novena.
Oh, that was at St. Paul the Apostle.
Yes, it was.
Tell me about that. I wanted to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so it's a novena that begins. It's a little bit different. So actually, I'll start by saying I'm terrible at novenas. I'll start on the first 3 days. I'll be awesome.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
And then after that, it kind of
Yeah.
it's a little bit dangerous. But the cool thing about St. Andrew's novena is that basically it starts on November 30th and is set until Christmas Day, which is
It's way more than a novena, isn't it?
It is. It's more than a novena for sure. But to me, mentally, it's just easier to remember, oh, yeah, we're still, on our way to Christmas, and it helps us remember.
Oh, and what does it involve? I mean, who was St. Andrew anyway? Was it one of the apostles?
So, yes, St. Andrew, his feast day occurs on the 30th, which is kind of why it's kind of, kind of the beginning of kind of looking forward to the coming of Christ, as well as the devotion itself. There's a special prayer. Now, supposed to say it 15 times a day.
15 times a day.
But we realize that if each of us say it twice, we're at that amount.
Okay, now you have to have about 6 more kids. Then it'll be okay.
Yeah.
No, so and honestly, if we have to, this is one of the important pieces of family prayer to realize is that, it's possible that we may not do all 15.
Yeah.
In a day. Even if we just have the one prayer that we do together is, part of the devotion and the ritual is establishing devotion within your own family in a way that works for your family that fits. So just because our family does certain prayer activities or rituals the way we do doesn't mean it's necessarily going to fit for every family.
Every family like that.
Yeah.
So when do you pray then? Do you pray after school, before school, or
So a big time, a lot of it's reading kind of the mood. So if people have had a bad day at school, sometimes we'll pray earlier, especially as we kind of like filter through what's going on. But other times, obviously, we pray at mealtime.
Right.
And share our thorns and roses.
Oh, cool. So that's a tradition, thorns
fun.
and roses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the kids like to do that? Thorns and
They
roses?
love to do it. Yeah.
Oh, good. So
Sometimes for Eden, who's our 3-year-old, she's kind of like, she gets mixed up between what thorns are and roses are. So it's kind of it's hilarious.
I bet that could be fun.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, that's a thorn.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
after meal prayer, at some point, usually, hopefully within the evening, we'll stop and have some kind of evening prayer, usually after dinner. So,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, it just depends on what kind of activities we have.
And how long does it last? Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah, if that. Yeah, usually we try to be on the shorter side, but inevitably we have the infinite amount of prayer requests. So
So they all add their prayer
Yes.
requests.
yeah, and then they start getting really creative, and then it's like, okay, well, let's bring all of our thoughts and hearts together, and we'll pray and
Oh,
pray
that's
for all these different intentions.
What kind of things do they pray for?
Oh, well, everything from their friends at school to, they really like to pray for Jesus, the younger
Mommy.
ones, and then for mom and dad,
Oh, that's great.
and which is kind of funny, some of them, and then also they have different intentions such as candy. They like candy.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you know.
I would be there with them.
It's
What
fun.
kind of intention do you pray for candy? Just that I want candy or what?
Yeah.
Dear God, bring me candy.
Yeah, bring me candy. Actually, that was Eleanor a few years back. She prayed for candy. I think it was like for a month, wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then, of course, we had like Labor Day.
Did God
and then-
answer those prayers?
Yeah, we had
went to
Labor
a
Day
parade.
parade.
It just rained
my gosh.
candy on them.
So did you make that point then? See, your prayers are answered right here.
Yeah. Oh no, we didn't even have to say anything. She's like, Jesus heard my prayer.
Oh, that's a great connection, isn't it?
Yeah. She's very
Wow.
thoughtful, that one. So.
Wow. So what other Advent traditions that all filters into your prayer life, I guess?
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah. And really, each year sometimes we try certain things and it doesn't always fit or it doesn't always land
Okay.
home. I can't think of an example of that right now, but a lot of it is just, ultimately what we're trying to do is to help our children encounter Christ.
Okay.
And
yeah.
really to be ready for the coming of Jesus. And so we just try a lot of different activities, and some things are big and some things are really little, and a lot of it's just in the course of ordinary life. So it's not like, we put all the kids to bed and then stay up till 11 o'clock planning. And
Can you give an example of something little, something that'd be easy for all of us to consider?
yeah, a lot of it is as simple as including it as just part of our normal family prayer.
Oh, good.
Just
Okay.
recalling that, hey, it's Advent. What kind of things are we doing to share, the joy of Christ coming with others? Simple things like that.
And there are tons of Advent calendars. I mean, that's
Oh yeah,
growing up. That's what I always had, the chocolate Advent calendars.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And this year, we already have them to go ahead and start the Advent countdown. That just including that simple, like, oh, you get your chocolate tonight, and let's take this time to pray or talk about what chocolate is next, because Advent's about that anticipation of Christ coming. And, you kind of explain it going back to the explanation, like, you guys are so excited for Santa to come, and kind of switching gears, like, it's also about Jesus. It is about Jesus. That it's not just about getting gifts. It's the reason why we're celebrating Christmas is because Jesus' birthday. And that's one way we include Advent too, is that we're preparing for Jesus' birthday. So we are using our gifts that he's given us. So we get a cake on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And we write happy birthday, and it's a mess and it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I've noticed just from Facebook posts, you are a family of prayer, and it was really cool. I saw you have a statue of Our Lady of Fatima.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
and I don't know where you keep it at. Where you keep that?
So it's funny because now in our new house we have like I think most people call it an office, but and we do have office space for when I have my work from home days, but we actually call it our chapel.
Oh,
yeah, it's a sunroom.
Yeah,
it's a sunroom.
It's a sunroom, basically. Yeah. Yeah, so we're not super fancy having our own chapel, but we call it our chapel, and so it's kind of our own prayer space that we make it. But we've had it set up in corners in a smaller house that we had at one point, and just all over the place. It's
okay, I know this is more of a practical question. How do you keep that statue from being tipped over and broken? That's
the grace of God. The grace of God. We have had it for 10 years.
Really?
And we've had endless amount of kids in our house, and no kid has touched it. They've looked at it and been in awe of it, but nobody has thrown a ball, nothing. So it's just
looks
by
like
the
a beautiful
grace.
statue. Yeah. Wow.
Mary knows.
Mary's going to keep that statue going.
And we've even had kids just come and talk to Mary, and it's a very beautiful statue and a beautiful thing.
So do sometimes the kids go in that room just quietly and pray by themselves, or?
Sometimes we also use it as kind of a chill out zone if they, are getting a little rambunctious, and we just ask them to go sit with Jesus. We have a little Jesus plushie doll, and
that's
they can
great.
sit, and we have like some cushions in there.
Yeah, and they can reflect if they're having a difficult moment.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It's a timeout, but a nicer timeout.
Oh, that's a real nice timeout. I never had timeouts like that
in
my house, but
contemplate.
Yes.
Yeah, that might have worked a lot better than it did with my kids for sure.
Yeah.
But what about Advent scriptures? How do you incorporate Advent scriptures into your family life, and what ones are most meaningful to you?
Yeah, so one of the things that a lot of times we hear about the O antiphons, and I know they're incorporated with morning prayer, but I like to incorporate them if we don't have time necessarily always in the mornings, but to definitely incorporate it as part of our evening prayer. And a lot of times we'll focus on our evening prayer readings that we have, but also I think in a lot of ways is definitely kind of the visitation, because we pray the rosary as a family. So
that one's my absolutely favorite one.
Yeah.
The rosary?
The visitation.
Oh,
when Mary visits Elizabeth. And actually that's where we came up with our name for Elizabeth, our 5-year-old. She, every time we would go to Mass, she would just leap in my womb. And when that, she was born in January, so there was a lot of, I was pregnant during Advent season, of course. And when that scripture came up, like, I knew that was her name.
Oh, that's
she
beautiful.
leapt in my womb, like John did, and
that's
Elizabeth.
so wonderful.
Yeah. So when Mary came,
So tell me about the rosary then. I mean,
it's chaos.
We used to make my kids pray the rosary, but I was not always a good person. If they slurred words, I'd make them repeat them.
Oh man!
I mean, and it was wrong. I know that's a bad mom. But tell me about how do you do all 5 decades with them?
It depends on
really
how
depends.
tired we are and
where we're at.
The rosary isn't my favorite thing to pray, so even me sitting there, we've done lots of different things where we've done a walking rosary before and everybody got involved, or they all want to say it, so we go through and, maybe the first child gets to say the first 5 Hail Marys, and then the second.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just getting them included, and sometimes it's just simple as, let's put a YouTube video on of kids saying the rosary, and we just sit and listen.
Okay.
And realistically, too, this is really, really important. It has been really helpful for us, is that it's kind of like St. Bernard of Clairvaux really kind of talks about, where he says, as long as you're reflecting on the life of Christ and praying Aves, you're praying the rosary.
Wow.
So even if we get through a decade, it's time well spent, reflecting on one of the mysteries. So oftentimes, we'll get through most of the rosary, but notice that people are getting really wiggly. Well, as long as we're praying with devotion, and this seems like a good place to take a pause.
Yeah.
We offered our best effort and took some time to reflect.
And sometimes we start off with all 8 of us, and only Trevor and I are left because everybody else fell asleep.
Which ends up being a beautiful time of prayer.
Yeah. You're like, wow, we got those kids to bed.
And just getting them involved and asking them what's your intention for this decade of the rosary.
Oh, yeah.
And so, especially our older ones, once they go through First Communion, they are very particular about what they're praying for.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really responsible with their intentions.
Yeah, and sometimes their prayers reflect that part of the rosary.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm trying to think of the story that goes with it.
Yeah. Oh,
like with each different decade.
Yeah.
There's different.
Like the joyous one.
Right. The joyous mysteries or the sorrowful.
Yeah.
So they definitely take stock of what's occurring and what they're going to be praying for at that time. So
wow, that's really
cool. Kind of interesting. Yeah, and I know, and for myself, when it comes to the rosary, usually I favor the Franciscan crown because that's kind of the tradition that I came from, at least from Quincy University, but. There's many different ways to pray the rosary.
I don't know the Franciscan crown. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah. So basically, it's all of the joyful mysteries.
Oh.
So you're thinking of all the joyful things that happen in Mary's life.
Nice. I think I'd like that one.
And with the added mystery of the 3 wise men.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting.
Bringing their gifts.
Wow.
After the birth of Jesus. So, anyway, so that being said, the biggest thing is that as long as the experience is the source of warmth in your home, that can provide real blessing. But also I know it can get kind of a little bit frustrating when, as a family, if you're we have to do 5 decades and we have to do it the exact correct way, it can be a little challenging.
Yeah, what you're doing is good because it's nurturing a love for prayer and not making a forced sort of regimen like I did. But although I think sometimes it was nice. It wasn't, you realize that prayer can be not as perfect as I always want prayer to be perfect.
Right,
it can't be.
No.
So, how do you? What about decorations for Advent? Do you do any special decorating for Advent?
Well, so one of the things we do is definitely we set up the tree kind of in a plain state, and then the other thing we do, which I completely forgot until now, is important. But we have a rather large baby Jesus. That we have a creche that we set out empty, and he just kind of sits there, or it sits there rather. And so, and the purpose of it is that the kids understand that oftentimes when we place presents, they're underneath the tree, and so the baby Jesus, when it becomes Christmas, the baby Jesus will be under the tree.
That's
gift.
Great. So that's wonderful. Oh, that's awesome.
All in anticipation.
And we don't put any presents under the tree before Christmas. Partly because we have little ones that will rip them open.
Yeah, they'll be opened.
But
that'll be it.
We were talking right before this that that's something that we should always do because just the anticipation of all the presents being under the tree, even the ones from Trevor and I or the kids for each other. Santa does come, but and not all of the presents are from Santa, but it's just this magical moment where the night before Christmas Eve after Mass is when we put baby Jesus under the tree, and then they wake up in the Christmas morning, and
when
Jesus is there. Yeah, Jesus is there. He's kind of sitting like with his arms open, and then all of these gifts. So it's like he's presenting like the gift of myself and the gifts to you.
Yeah.
That it really gets them really excited. So
that's cool.
So Jesus is still the focus under our tree. So the presents go all around him.
Yeah.
So that's
wonderful. How else do you make your own do you make decorations for Advent and Christmas, or do you do any of that kind of like?
Some years were a little bit better than others. The kids are really good about making crafts and decorations for just about all the seasons.
Yeah, we've had pipe cleaners on our tree 1 year.
Specifically, yeah.
It's not the most extravagant, beautiful tree that you see in Martha Stewart's home. It's our tree, and some years it matches, and some years it doesn't, and some years we have tinsel, and some years I don't want to pick it up.
Mess.
But I think slowly, we're in a new house, so we have more room to decorate. We're just now kind of getting, the Christmas stuff out, but all through December we're adding things. They come home from school with different projects, and we include those, on our mantle, and we hang them up everywhere in the kitchen. So it's like a Christmas tornado went through our house sometimes.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So
that's great.
The Christmas books are out, and
well, tell me about that. So that brings me up to stories. What kind of stories do you share or read during Lent? And do you have Advent? Sorry, I'm getting all my liturgical seasons wrong.
There you go.
There. Advent.
Yeah. Well, we read. It was the night before Christmas. And
on Christmas Eve.
And we have the funniest story of our Emma. She was probably 3 years old, and we got to the part where Santa ate the cookies on the plate, and Emma goes, "Good job, Santa! You finished your plate. You have a clean plate." And it was the funniest thing. So, so that book is, even though it's not related to Advent, but that's a book that we read.
Well, yeah, and I think one of the things that we really kind of focus on, and the kids kind of really enjoy, is usually I read scripture to them anyway, in kind of a narrative form. So we started from Genesis, and we're working our way through the Old Testament.
Oh, good.
And then we get to the New Testament. But one of the things that I take consideration of, especially during Advent, is we kind of run in the lead up some point in the Old Testament, depending on where we've been reading before, that we'll read from the Old Testament, kind of shining a light on kind of, the foundations of, what it means to wait for Christ.
Wow.
So
how do you handle some of the gorier parts of the Old Testament? That's what I want to know. That's
where good education comes from. No, just kidding.
Oh, good.
No, so usually I kind of know where I'm at already.
Okay.
So I know kind of where I'm going, and so that's kind of how we.
Well, and so you don't necessarily use a children's Bible because that would have that. Okay.
Yeah. No, I use.
You just your own.
I use the regular. I give the dad interpretation there.
Okay, good. Okay,
But there are good children's Bibles out there that are helpful.
We have a really good saint book too, and
yeah, we do.
And I can't think of what it's called, but it's a beautiful illustration, and
I think I might have seen that.
Yeah, it's a green book. It can be gory, but it really puts it in perspective for kids what saints have gone
through. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so do you read saint stories on the saints' days, for example?
Yeah. Yeah. And
there's
honestly,
a lot of them in December.
Yeah, there are. And honestly, when it comes to the saints, it's not like the movies that they're watching or exposed to are like any different than the stories of the saints.
That's right. That's true.
For the most part, so in some ways, we blush a little bit, but then again, we were watching XYZ, television show, that was quite interesting. No, so they really appreciate the lives of the saints. I think it makes it real for them in a way that
that's great.
The other prayer practices are nice, but they can really see how God works in someone's life through the lives of the saints. And
these are real people. They're people that, that lived and died here.
Oh, yeah.
And what about music? Does music play a role in your...
Yeah. So kind of like what I mentioned before, so Christmas morning, one of the first things we'll do is we'll sing a hymn. We'll pick one, but we'll usually sing a Christmas morning hymn of some kind, and so that's what we do before we open presents, which is hard, but actually they really appreciate it because it kind of brings the perspective together.
So do you make them sing like 4 verses of the?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, actually 10. So no, it's okay. But no, and usually the nice thing is with the Liturgy of the Hours, there's it's called the Christian Prayer. It has the music in it.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a cheater version.
Yeah.
And so, depending again on how we're doing that night, when we do Vespers, or evening prayer, we'll include some music or we'll try to sing together.
Do you do that from a book, or from the Christian prayer book, or do you do it from an app or what?
And you can cheat a little bit if you're not sure on what the hymns are. You can go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's a whole library on there of stuff to find. So you can be like, kind of like this one.
Oh, that's great.
Trevor plays the guitar, so sometimes he strums.
That's nice. Wow.
And then we have a flutist and a trumpet player.
Yeah.
So they actually, last year they played at Christmas Eve Mass. So
they did.
I'm sure that they'll be practicing their instruments throughout the seasons of their songs.
Wow, that's cool. And then I know we need to wrap this up, but so I want to ask you one last question. How do you share Advent with your relatives and with people in the community?
Yeah, that's a great question. In some ways, it's like kind of a hard question to think about, but in reality, thinking about it, the honest truth is we have people come to our house all the time, and we just incorporate them into whatever we're doing.
Our traditions don't stop if we have guests. We've housed my sister-in-law and her 3 kids during Advent one year while my brother was deployed. And, they were included. They put their shoes out and everything that our kids got, they got to. And it was just a chance to share the word of Jesus, that they may not have known anything about St. Nicholas. And it was our opportunity to tell them.
And share the joy of it. And
the excitement. And our kids were like, no, you put your shoes out and there'll be chocolate,
Gosh.
So
the highlights.
So hospitality is a key to your...
Yeah, and it's your family house. It's kind of like your house, your rules. So if they want to participate in it, they are more welcome not to. But usually people like this idea. And we have really expanded St. Nicholas too, because at the Catholic school in Keokuk, I started having them set out their bags so that the kids would get St. Nicholas goodies the next day. So it kind of grew in Keokuk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I think wonderful. They are still doing it.
What a great tradition.
Yeah, so the kids decorate their bags. They're at school, and they set them out, and then
that's so cool.
St. Nicholas comes and films them.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
I could talk with you guys all day, and so will you come back and talk again sometime?
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
This has been so much fun, and this is another edition of Catholic Messenger Conversations podcast, and we'll make sure to have Trevor and Jessie back with us.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Uh-huh.